Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the yet untitled Internet Neckbeard podcast, I guess. Can we still actually call them podcasts? I mean, because I understand when they first came out, I mean, they called them podcasts because they were like downloadable little radio shows that you put on your iPod, but I mean, do they even fucking make iPods anymore? So, I don't know why they call them podcasts. They should just call. I don't even know what we should call them because they're not radio shows because they're not on the radio. Nobody listens to the fucking radio anymore. So anyway, this whole thing is pretty much just this whole channel really is just a dumping ground for me to bitch about whatever I want. Sometimes I'll have like a scripted, not really a scripted, but a planned out, show of stuff I want to talk about. Sometimes I'll just see something I want to bitch about, whatever. So, hey, that's pretty much all it is. There's nothing else really to it. So, first off, let's get to what I want to bitch about today. I want to bitch about this asshole right here. Ammon Bundy. For those of you who don't know, Ammon Bundy was the fucking shit kicker who helped his dad stage a protest and with pretty much a standoff between his father and the Bureau of Land Management because his father had his cattle illegally grazing on federally owned public land without paying the grazing fees, owed him over $1 million. And for some reason, I don't know why, they refused to pay it. I mean, I love how these guys, they despise the federal government. They talk about the overreach of the overgovernment until it benefits them, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But yeah, this guy, if you read through, I'm not going to read through all of this, but, if you look at, he verbally threatened or appeared to verbally threat two officers and a canine unit was brought in. So he from what I'm able to read, I might be wrong here, tried to kick at the canine unit, which people don't know. Canine police units are legally considered police officers, so if you assault them, you get the same charge as if you punched a cop who wrote you a ticket in the face. And for some stupid bullshit fucking reason, this guy got off on a fucking technicality. Didn't get any fine, jail time, none of that, whatever. But then in 2016, in Oregon, my old stomping grounds, this guy led a group of armed thugs into a wildlife refuge in Oregon, held it for about 5-6 weeks at gunpoint. All of this, mind you, resulted in the death of one of his own men. And for some reason, almost every guy that was involved in this either got jail time or got probation or whatever, except Ammon. Ammon got off scot-fucking-free. How? I have no idea. I've been trying to wrap my head around that. I've tried looking at it. I can't figure out why this motherfucker got off. It's the same way with, what do you call it, Jussie Smollett. They had a mountain of fucking evidence against that guy. Blatantly obvious he was pulling shit out of his ass. Somehow got off. Pardon me, I'm a little under the weather. But yeah. Guy, staunchly anti-federal government, staunchly states' rights, shits talks the federal government at every fucking chance he can. But, hey, look at this. Leader of armed protesters in Oregon took out $530,000 federal loan. Yeah. So this guy shit talks on the federal government, talks about how they're evil, they're overreaching, blah, 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 until this fucker needs some money. And he got it. He fucking got it. My mother, who's pushing 70, she barely gets a miserable pittance from Social Security and maybe enough food stamps to feed her for a week. But this fucking asshole gets over $500,000 in federal loan. Go figure. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I don't understand how the more right-wing, the farther right, more patriotic, the more religious you are, the more of a chance you have of getting away with fucking crimes. I don't get that. Now, why am I bringing all this up? This shit happened back in, first one happened in 2014, this happened in 2016. Why am I bringing this up? Well, because as all of you know, coronavirus is currently killing thousands upon thousands of people. Pretty much locked our shit down. And what happened on Easter? Ammon Bundy vows to defy... You know what? Hold on. First off, look at this fucking dude's face. What the fuck kind of a name is Ammon anyway? For the longest time, I thought this guy's name was Almond. Ammon Bundy. That's what I called him until I saw this headline. So, Ammon Bundy. This guy's name should be like fucking Ted... Well, I don't want to say Ted Bundy. Like Ned Bundy or fucking Joe Bundy or Billy Bob Bundy or some shit like that. Like, Ammon sounds like way too fucking fancy of a name for this guy. But, yeah, getting back to my thing, this guy decided he was going to violate the stay-at-home order. Let's read through some of this shit, because it's absolutely fucking hilarious. Ammon Bundy, and yes, I know this is a little late, alright? I'm sorry. Didn't have really any extended amount of time until now. And again, yeah, I know that I've got reflection in my glasses. I'm sorry. I don't know how to get rid of it. If somebody in the comments knows how to do that, please let me know, but that's just the way it is right now, okay? Ammon Bundy, the rancher who led an armed occupation of a federal wildlife refuge in Oregon, said he plans on holding an Easter gathering despite the stay-at-home orders implemented during the coronavirus. Our goal is to get enough people together to secure our rights. We are not trying to provoke. We want people to be able to worship, Bundy said in a phone interview. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger. Oh, shit. Okay, alright. Here we go. Idaho is one of the 42 states that have implemented implemented a stay-at-home order aimed at stopping the spread of the coronavirus. Governor Brad Little put in the order effect on March 25th and is due to expire on April 15th. Although he said he's unlikely to lift it before the end of the month, as of Thursday evening, Idaho had at least 1,354 confirmed cases of coronavirus and 24 coronavirus-related deaths, according to data from Johns Hopkins University. And this won't surprise you at all. Bundy, 44, didn't seem concerned about the possibility of catching the coronavirus. I actually want the virus, he said. I'm healthy. My family is healthy. I'd rather have it now so my body is immune to it. Okay. That's where we're going to stop reading here, but I want you to listen to that. I'm going to repeat that again. I actually want the virus. I'm healthy. My family healthy. I'd rather have it now so my body is immune to it. Well, you fucking inbred fuck. Recovered coronavirus patients are testing positive again. Can you get reinfected? Now, despite the fear-mongering title that has, which the media is just bending over backwards to make everybody shit their pants about this, and not saying you shouldn't be worried, but I mean, yeah, they're not doing anything to really help either, but anyway, so yeah, despite the fact that perfectly young and healthy people have contracted and died from the coronavirus, despite the fact that people are testing positive again for the coronavirus, this fucking moron apparently thinks that Jabus is going to help keep his family from getting the coronavirus. And that they're healthy. I'm sorry, but anybody that acts... I mean, physically they might be healthy, but mentally, who the fuck knows? So, yeah, you're willing to gather a bunch... Well, you did. You're going to gather together a bunch of fucking people... Because the fucking incubation period on this virus is about 14 days. So you could have it for up to 2 weeks and not even know you have it. Meanwhile, spreading it around to every fucking person you come in contact with. And you're going to risk not only giving it to hundreds of people at your stupid fucking Easter gathering, but you're also going to risk those people then going and spreading it around to other people who weren't at your stupid fucking gathering. Nice good one there, Bobby, Billy, Bob, Jim, Bob, Ammon Bundy. Okay. I kind of sped through my Ammon Bundy bit a little faster than I thought, so let's take a look at 3 fucking dipshits. Dr. Drew, Dr. Phil, and Dr. Oz. The 3 stooges of medical stupidity. So, basically, these fucking idiots, which this guy has no medical degree, this guy's a surgeon, and none of them are infectious disease experts. Is there something going on with fucking Dr. Oz's eyes? I mean, look how much his fucking left eye, how much smaller his left eye is than his right eye. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you should go to a real doctor and get that checked out. Let's start off with Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz, the celebrity cardiac surgeon, has become a fixture on Fox News in recent weeks, although he is not formally employed by the network. Might as fucking well be. During his appearances, he has made comments that have drawn significant scrutiny this week. He faced backlash for comments he made Tuesday on Sean Hannity's Fox News show. As Hannity arguably tops Trump's top supporter on cable television is just how to end the shutdown and get Americans back to work. Yeah, because Sean Hannity is so fucking into work, isn't he? You know, all he has to do, he just has to sit in front of a teleprompter with a fancy fucking suit and spew a bunch of fear-mongering bullshit off a teleprompter. Yeah, that's real fucking work there, huh, Sean? You probably make more in a fucking minute than most people make in a month. Let's see here. Reopening schools across the country might be an appetizing opportunity, he cited an article in a medical journal which said it may only cost us 2 or 3% of terms mortality. It may only cost us 2 to 3% in terms of mortality. Yeah, that's still a lot of fucking people, asshole. 2 to 3%? 2 to 3%. That's a lot of fucking people. We need our mojo back. Yeah. You know, I don't understand why Dr. Oz wants people to get back to work. I mean, because I can tell you right now, if I was home and I had nothing to do and I fucking watched everything on Netflix, I'd probably eventually get so desperate that I'd want to watch fucking Dr. Oz. So it's like, I'd want people to stay home. Talking about down here how he misspoke and blah, 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 blah. People want to get back. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. You peddle stupid bullshit, completely unproven weight loss supplements on your damn show. You have all these fucking shows about, you know, the shape of your shit and all this. It's like, you're a tap dancing pony. You get up there like, hello, my baby, hello, my darling, hello, my ragtime girl. It's like, you're a fucking showman, dude. So, let's see. Dr. Phil, this is a good one. Dr. fucking Phil, I wouldn't know how to comb my mustache if it fucking punched me in the balls, McGraw. McGraw is not a medical doctor. He holds a doctorate in clinical psychology, but does not license to practice. Yeah, you know why? Because in 1988, the Texas State Board found that he had an inappropriate non-physical relationship with a former patient. He hired them to do temporary work without having enough separation between patient and psychiatrist. He eventually got it back, but then he voluntarily gave it up. I think it was in 2006. So when you go on his fucking stupid show, you have to sign like a fucking mountain of paperwork saying you're just there to get advice, and you're not there. It's a fucking anybody. If you have to go on somebody's show and you have to sign a waiver, it should probably. It's like those fucking dudes who had to go see like John Edwards and all those stupid psychics. And you know how you had to sign a fucking like non-disclosure agreement about all this shit. Okay, let's see what else. The economy is crashing around us, and they're doing that because people are dying because of corona. I get that, but look, the fact of the matter is we have people dying. 45,000 people die from automobile accidents, 480,000 from cigarettes, 360,000. Yeah, by the way, that 360,000 thing from swimming pool, that he pulled that right out of his ass. I had it pulled up somewhere, but I can't remember where I saw it. But the actual number is more like around 3,000. So yeah, he just pulled that number right out of his ass. But yet, he added, we're doing it for this, and the fallout is going to last for years because people's lives are being destroyed. Yeah, because a fucking infectious disease is spreading around, asshole. It's not like we're having fun with this shit. It's not like we're choosing to do this shit. We're staying home, and yeah, some people are losing their jobs, and some people are getting behind on the rent and bills and stuff, but I would rather do that than fucking risk spreading or contracting a fucking disease that could potentially kill people. Oh yeah, shit, it was right here. What? I'm a fucking moron. Since I didn't know where it was. It's right down here. Moreover, his comments about swimming pools were grossly inaccurate. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, there were 3,563 unintentional drownings in the United States from 2005 to 2014. Not the three. Yeah, so look at that. Look at that. Just a little over 3,500 over a decade. Oh, let's bring up our calculator. How much? So 3536 divided by 12. Oh, divided by 10. Yeah, that's about 350. That's about 354 deaths a year. So let's say it's 353.6. So let's just round it up 354. All right. So let's punch in 360,000 minus 354. Oh, shit, I didn't even fucking type that in. God, I'm a fucking moron. I'm a professional. I'm gonna do a podcast. God, I still fucking hate that term. 360,000 minus 354. Yeah, McGraw was only off by 359,646. Yeah, he was only off by damn near almost 400,000. So just another fucking reason why you you shouldn't take... Oh, yeah. And by the way, a lot of people are calling out on Oprah saying she needs to disavow these guys and she needs to take some responsibility for, bringing these guys to prominence. And everybody's like, why should Oprah have to apologize for the action of others? She didn't have these guys say, yeah. But the thing is, she brought these guys to prominence. A lot of people trusted Oprah for some stupid fucking reason. The majority of the books on her fucking book club thing were stupid. But yeah, I'm not saying she needs to bear the brunt of the responsibility, but she could at least come out and disavow these motherfuckers. Say, yeah, these guys aren't the guys I knew of back when I peddled their bullshit. I mean, one fucking tweet, that's all I'm asking for. Dr. Drew, Penske is Penske is pretty much the fucking, radio version of Jerry Springer. Penske is one of America's most famous physicians. He's widely known for his syndicated radio show Loveline and the reality television show Celebrity Rehab. He also previously hosted a show on CNN's sister channel, HLN. In early March, when called upon to offer his professional opinion on the coronavirus, yeah, because Fox News is known for getting credible people on their programming, right? I mean, how many fucking times have they dragged Giuliani's Nosferatu fucking ass up there? In appearances on Fox News in March, Penske claimed the real problem was due to panic, not the virus. I agree to that in some point, but then again, it's still big percentage of the virus. And despite data pointing to the much higher mortality rate for coronavirus, Penske argued the flu was vastly more consequential. Yeah, but the coronavirus also spreads a lot more easily and also has a way higher fatality rate, too. And if you notice, at the end of each and every one of these fucking things, they all try to do damage control. They all do that thing where it's like, we said something stupid and we're not really sorry for it, but we're going to pretend like we're really sorry, blah, 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 blah. No, but seriously. Fuck each and every last one of these douchebags. Seriously. I can't stand even one of them. So, our final little bitching rant thing for the night. Bernie Sanders drops out of the presidential race. Now, I was a giant Bernie Sanders supporter for the longest time. I voted for him when he was running in 2016. But here's the thing. I started to get a little disillusioned with Bernie when he said something in the debates back in 2016 that really got under my craw. He said something along the lines like, if you're white, you don't know what it's like to be poor. You don't know what it's like to live in a ghetto. It's like, motherfucker, I grew up in a shitty one-bedroom apartment in Los Angeles, okay? We didn't have a fucking phone in my house until I was halfway through middle school. And we didn't even have, real actual TV in my house until I got into high school. My mother busted her ass working jobs she hated, and a job that ultimately landed in her permanent disability. So, yeah, I know exactly what it's like to be poor and live in a ghetto, motherfucker. Okay? But even then, I was still able to forgive Bernie. I was still able to, okay, everybody opens their fucking mouth and sticks their foot in it once in a while. I can forgive that. Then, once Bernie started running this time, he didn't understand one very important thing. That nice guys and nice guy politicians do not win elections. At least not at the presidential level. You might get a mayor or a governorship, but you're definitely not going to get a congressional seat or a Senate seat, or you're definitely not going to become the president by playing, the whole, he's my friend, he's nice. It's like, at one point, one of Bernie's people or delegates or surrogates or whatever the fuck they want to call him wrote this thing about how corrupt Joe Biden is and how much of a piece of shit he is. And Bernie's like, no, that's not true. Joe's a nice guy. Well, Bernie Sanders, I'm sorry to tell you this. Joe Biden is the same corporate bootlicking politician, corrupt motherfucker that pretty much every other president has been. And while you may not be perfect, you kind of needed to grow some fucking balls and basically call people out on this bullshit. You needed to call Joe out on his lies. Like when you're on the debate stage and you're talking about the 9 super PACs Joe had. Or Joe's talking about the 9 super PACs you have. He's like, I don't have any super PACs. Which, there are groups that did support Bernie Sanders that those groups themselves had super PACs, but Bernie Sanders did not have any direct super PACs, nor did he want any direct super PACs. And he sure as shit didn't have 9. I think only 3 of the organizations that supported Bernie Sanders, they had super PACs, not Bernie himself. But Joe's like, Bernie, you got 9 super PACs. And it's like, no, I don't. Yes, you do. It's like, name them. Never mind. It's like, and then Bernie just fucking let him go on it. He just let him go. Yeah, and I know TJ brought this shit up, and I'm sorry, but hey, it's worth repeating. Should have come up and said, hey, it's like when, because they ask one candidate a question and then the other has a chance to respond. It's like, yeah, that was a good question, but first, hey, Joe, could you name those 9 super PACs you were talking about first? And then just run out your time in a response. Just say, Joe, those super PACs? Yeah, Joe, remember those super PACs? Those super PACs you were talking about? And then when you ask a question, you answer it. But you leave yourself a little time at the end to say, and in closing for this issue, I'd like to say, hey, Joe, can you name those 9 super PACs? Fuck me, man. But, yeah, Joe, can you name those 9 super PACs? No, Bernie didn't do that. Let Joe off the hook. Had him fucking against the ropes, balls to the walls, caught in a red-faced lie. Didn't hold him to it. And it wasn't the first time either. Bernie brought it up, said Joe has repeatedly over decades proposed cuts to Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security. He could have said, and when Joe denied it adamantly. If I was Bernie, every time I'd ask him, like, hey, Joe, did you ever propose cuts to Medicaid and Social Security? Absolutely not. I'd pulled up my fucking iPad and just played this shit. Let me get because I want to hear this shit. You got to hear this shit. This is a video clip that was put together by Kyle Kalinske of Secular Talk. Not the biggest fan, but this was the only place I could find this fucking this clip, so please listen to this. Joe Biden has and still to this day says he does not and has not supported cuts to Medicaid and Medicare. So just please listen to this.
Having an old conservative discipline about paying for what you spend. I'm up for re-election this year, and I'm going to remind everybody what I did at home, which is going to cost me politically. When I argued that we should freeze federal spending, I meant Social Security as well. I meant Medicare and Medicaid. I meant veterans benefits. I meant every single solitary thing in the government. And I not only tried it once, I tried it twice, I tried it a third time, and I tried it a fourth time. Somebody has to tell me in here how we're going to do this hard work without dealing with any of those sacred cows. Ladies and gentlemen, the American people know we have to fix Social Security. They know we can't grow our way to a solution. They know we're going to have to make some tough decisions. They're ready to make these decisions. They're ready to step up. We have to be ready to straightforwardly tell them what we're about to do. Paul Ryan was correct. When he did the tax code, what's the first thing he decided we had to go after? Social Security and Medicare. Now, we need to do something about Social Security and Medicare. That's the only way you can find room to pay for it. I don't know a whole lot of people in the top 1/10 of 1%.
Listen to this.
Or the top 1% are relying on Social Security when they retire. I don't know a lot of them. Maybe you guys do. So we need a pro-growth progressive tax code that treats workers as job creators as well, not just investors, that gets rid of unprotected loopholes like stepped-up basis. And it raises enough revenue to make sure that the Social Security and Medicare can stay, still needs adjustments, but can stay.
Okay, so, as Kyle will point out there, and if I remember, I'll leave links to this shit in the description below. What he's talking about there is needs checking Social Security, at which point it becomes a welfare program. See, whether you're a shit kicker flipping burgers at McDonald's or you're a billionaire CEO running a Fortune 500 company, you pay into Social Security. And you, once you reach retirement age, can pull out of that no matter how much money you have at the end. So, I don't know what fucking point Joe was trying to make there, but it was a very fucking stupid one. And the final point that a lot of people talk about is, everybody always makes fun of people who say Joe Biden. There's people, like myself included, say Joe Biden is not mentally ill, is not mentally fit. He stammers. He forgets where he is. He forgets, mixes up his wife with his sister. He forgets what office he's running for. There are a lot of times where he can't keep a fucking, he just like I do a lot in filming this video. But then again, I'm not running for fucking president now, am I? So one last video I'd like to show you right here. Again, courtesy of Kyle Kalinske. Well, not courtesy. I'm just flat out using his clips. Again, if I remember, I'll put links to this shit below. But listen to this. Listen to how the fucking stupid ramblings of this old man who really should be... He should be in a home where he's getting the help he needs.
Time friend, and she's a friend. She's been my friend in and out of public life.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing. Tomorrow's Superstar Tuesday.
All right, Chuck. Thank you very much.
All right. It's Chris, but anyway.
Chris. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over. If you like what you see, help out. If not, vote for the other Biden. I love this place. Look, what's
Biden.
not to like about Vermont? One of the things I'm proudest of is getting control of the Paris Climate Accord. I'm the guy that came back after meeting with Deng Xiaoping and making the case that I believe China would join if we put pressure on them. You had people like you had people like the former chairman and leader of the party in Germany. Go to Joe 30330. Watch what happened when those kids from Parkland came up to see me when I was vice president. They went and some of you covered it. It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television. Make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear words. Player. And to get hot, I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
What the fuck is he talking about?
So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
What? Okay, I didn't listen to all. I just listened to the first. What the fuck? Oh my god. Fucking hell, man. That's the best you can do, DNC? You actually think that guy is going to be able to stand up and basically refute Trump's... Because, look, don't get me wrong. Trump is a lying, egotistical, self-centered, bigoted, douchebag asshole. But he killed it at those debates. Yes, partially because Hillary Clinton was a cocky, disingenuous, blowhard fuck. But he knew what his base wanted to hear, and he fed it to them, and they just gobbled it up. And you really... Because the way Trump works in those debates is he says shit that's so just demonstrably... God, I sound like fucking Joe Biden. Fuck. That's just demonstrably untrue. And just so unbelievably fucking stupid that you end up being speechless, and you're just sitting there like... Your brain has a short circuit because what you just heard is so unbelievably fucking dumb that you don't even know how to respond to that. But, yeah. Yeah. Fucking, Incoherent Joe here. Yeah, Joe is, yeah, that's the guy you want. That's the fucking guy you want. Fuck me, man. I'm sorry. But the second that Bernie Sanders dropped out of the race, he renewed Trump's lease on the White House. He did. I'm sorry. He just fucking did. And I'm sorry. I'm going to vote in November, but I'm not voting for a president. I'm sorry. I know. And don't count me as part of those blue no matter what, or those fucking Bernie or bust people, because I'm not. It's just, I'm sorry, but if I had to choose between this asshole and Donald Trump, I'd rather choose the none of the above. Like, remember in Brewster's Millions, that old Richard Pryor movie, where he's trying to waste all that money so he can get an even bigger settlement, so he decides to run for office under a thing of none of the above. I honestly think that should literally be an option on the presidential thing. Say none of the above. Send a fucking message to both parties that says, hey, if you want my vote, you can no longer ignore the will of the people, because the overwhelming majority of Americans want reformed immigration. They want a reformed criminal justice system. They want a reformed prison system, which I guess is part of the criminal justice system. They want Medicare for all. They want universal health care. They want all this stuff, but time and time again, we continue to elect these disingenuous corporate boot-licking, cocksucking assholes who will not come anywhere close, even try to come close to that. I'm sorry, Joe Biden is Diet Obama. He has all the same fucking talking points, minus the push and the drive and like just the energy that Obama brought. I could not stand Obama. He got up every fucking day, wiped his ass with the Constitution by illegally spying on American citizens and non-American citizens, and he pardoned Chelsea Manning, somebody who leaked a bunch of stuff to WikiLeaks. Meanwhile, Edward fucking Snowden, who was meticulous about what he leaked and who he leaked it to, now has to spend life as in exile in Russia because he's being charged under the Espionage Act, which allows you from doesn't allow you to put forth a public good defense. Do you realize how much of a fucking asshole you have to be a part of a story where Vladimir Putin comes out looking like the good guy on the other end? No, look, I'm sorry. And by the way, Obama, he didn't get shit done. He didn't close Gitmo. He didn't get us out of the Middle East. He didn't end the draconian, stupid fucking testing program that we put these kids through. He didn't reform. He didn't do jack shit. All he did was, he did two things. He ended Don't Ask, Don't Tell, which I'll give him credit for. Get a cookie, gold star for that one, Obama. But it's literally the easiest fucking thing you could do. And then he got the Affordable Care Act passed, which was nothing more than a government mandate to buy publicly held or privately held insurance. And if I'll remember, I'll put a link in the description to a YouTube channel by a guy named Louis Rossman. He runs a MacBook repair shop in New York, and his business has been interrupted by this whole corona thing. So he has business interruption insurance. Well, guess what? Because this virus isn't on the list of pandemics, it's not covered. Like back when the hurricane hit New York, he had business interruption because they didn't have any electricity. Repairing electronics kind of requires electricity. He's like, hey, they said, oh, no, you don't have a flood damage. It's like, well, I didn't have any flood damage. My store's dry as a bone. I just lost electricity. Yeah, but the electrical plant had flood damage, which is what caused your thing. So you don't have a flood policy. So that's why. So look, I'm sorry. But until the government highly either comes up with its own like NHS type system or highly regulates and manages the private sector when it comes to insurance and healthcare, nothing's ever going to change. I'm sorry. Ah, shit. Fucking alarm. God damn it. Stop it. Welcome to the show, folks. I'm not really good at ending these shows, so I'll just say, hey, if you stuck out for 40 minutes, I appreciate it. Got any tips for me? If you have see any story you want me to talk about, leave it in the comments below. I will set up a Twitter account specifically for this channel in the coming week or so, but yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching, and be safe out there. Stay at home if you can. Wear masks and gloves if you can't, and be at home as much as you possibly can. We're going to get through this. Love y'all.